My beloved child, come closer and listen with your heart, not just your ears. Today I speak gently, not to wound you, not to confuse you, but to steady you. I know how deeply you feel, how you carry questions you don't always say out loud, how you wonder why love can feel present and incomplete at the same time. I see the places in you that hope, and the places that ache when hope feels delayed. Nothing about you is hidden from me. I want you to know this first: you are loved without hesitation. My love for you is not measured, not rationed, not divided. I do not love you halfway or conditionally. I love you in the morning when your faith feels strong, and I love you in the night when your thoughts won't rest. I love you when you understand me, and I love you when you struggle to. My love does not depend on outcomes, timing, or other people's choices. It is constant, steady, and unchanging, but today I am also speaking truth, because love without truth does not heal. There is a love near you, real and sincere, but it is not yet whole. It reaches toward you, yet part of it is still tangled elsewhere. This is not said to make you feel second or unseen. You are not second. You have never been second in my eyes. But wholeness matters, and divided hearts cannot fully give what they promise, even when their intentions are honest. I know you feel the pull of connection, the warmth of words, the sense of being chosen in moments. I know how easy it is to hold on to what feels almost complete and tell yourself that almost is enough. But my child, almost can slowly teach your heart to shrink its expectations. I do not want you to learn how to survive on fragments when I created you for fullness. Hear me clearly: you are not being punished, and you have not misread everything. The love you sense is real, but it is not finished being purified. There are unfinished chapters, unresolved attachments, old wounds still speaking too loudly. A heart that is not whole may love you, but it will also hesitate, retreat, and confuse you. That confusion is not your fault, but it is not meant to be your home. I am protecting you even when it feels like I am delaying you. When I slow things down, it is not because I enjoy watching you wait. It is because I see what you cannot yet see clearly. I see how much you would give, how deeply you would pour yourself out, how easily you would make room for someone who has not yet made full room for you. I am teaching you discernment, not distance from love, but wisdom within it. Do not mistake patience for silence. I am working in places you cannot access. I am touching hearts, exposing truths, and bringing clarity where there has been fog. But clarity takes courage, and not everyone moves toward it at the same pace. Some people must first confront what they have been avoiding. That process is uncomfortable. And it cannot be rushed by your longing alone. I want you to release the idea that your worth is proven by how long you can wait or how much you can endure. You do not earn love by suffering quietly. You are worthy because I made you, because my breath is in you, because your heart reflects mine more than you realize. You do not need to compete with the past, with memories, or with someone who once held space in another's heart. Comparison will only dim the light I placed in you. There is a difference between loving someone and losing yourself in uncertainty. I am calling you to stand in truth, even when truth feels less romantic than hope. Real love does not keep you guessing about your value. Real love does not ask you to accept half-presence as devotion. Real love grows clearer with time, not more confusing. If you feel tired, it is because your spirit has been carrying questions too long without answers. Bring that tiredness to me. Let me hold it. You do not have to resolve everything today. You do not have to make dramatic decisions out of pain. You only need to stay anchored in truth and refuse to shrink yourself to keep someone else comfortable. I am not asking you to harden your heart. I am asking you to guard it with wisdom. Softness without boundaries leads to wounds that take longer to heal. You can remain kind, open, and loving while still honoring yourself. That balance is not selfish, it is sacred. Remember this: what is meant for you will meet you in clarity, not confusion. It will not require you to constantly interpret mixed signals or justify inconsistency. It will not make you feel like you must earn permanence. When something is whole, it stands firmly. It does not lean on excuses or unfinished business. I am shaping you during this season. I am strengthening your discernment, deepening your self-respect, and teaching you to trust my timing even when emotions speak loudly. Every moment you choose truth over illusion, you grow. Every time you listen to my quiet guidance instead of fear, you become more aligned with the life I am preparing for you. Do not rush ahead of me. Do not settle behind me. Walk with me. If something is delayed, it is because I am aligning it with wholeness, not because you are lacking. I do not withhold good things from my children. I refine them so they can last. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not a backup plan. You are deeply seen, fiercely loved, and carefully guided. Trust me enough to believe that what I have for you will not require you to break your own heart to receive it. Rest tonight in this truth: I am with you. I am for you. And I am leading you toward a love that is not divided, not hesitant, not incomplete, but whole, steady, and free. My beloved, stay with me a little longer. Let the noise settle. Let the urgency soften. I know that when you hear truth like this, your heart wants to rush ahead and ask, so what do I do now? But today is not about rushing. It is about understanding what is happening within you and around you, without fear clouding your vision. You have been strong for a long time. Strong in silence. Strong in waiting. Strong in believing the best even when clarity was missing. I see that strength, and I honor it. But strength was never meant to replace peace. You were not created to constantly brace yourself emotionally. You were created to rest in certainty, to feel safe in love, to know where you stand without having to wonder. There are moments when you feel chosen. And moments when you feel paused. Moments when words feel close, and moments when actions feel distant. This back and forth has been quietly shaping your emotions, teaching you to hope and doubt at the same time. That is exhausting for the soul. I do not want your heart living in that tension forever. Listen to me carefully now. Love that is not whole often leans on potential. It speaks in promises of someday and soon and when things are sorted. Potential can be beautiful, but it cannot replace presence. Potential cannot hold you when you are tired. Potential cannot show up consistently. Only wholeness can do that. You may wonder if stepping back means losing everything. I want you to know this: what is truly meant for you cannot be lost by honesty, boundaries, or patience. If something fades when truth is required, it was not ready to stand in the light. And if it strengthens, then you will know it is becoming whole. I am teaching you to trust how something makes you feel, not just how hopeful it sounds. Peace is not boring. Peace is confirmation. Confusion is not depth. Confusion is a signal. Do not ignore the signals I place in your spirit just because your heart longs for a specific outcome. You are not asking for too much. Wanting clarity is not demanding. Wanting consistency is not pressure. Wanting to be fully chosen is not insecurity. These desires reflect the way I love you, fully, intentionally, and without reservation. If you feel the urge to explain yourself, to overgive, to wait endlessly without reassurance, pause. Ask yourself gently, is this drawing me closer to peace, or further from myself? I will always guide you back to yourself, not away from who I created you to be. There is growth happening even in the waiting. You are learning to separate love from attachment, truth from fantasy, patience from self-abandonment. These lessons are not easy, but they are shaping you into someone who will recognize healthy love when it arrives, and who will no longer settle for fragments. Do not be afraid to loosen your grip. Letting go of control is not letting go of hope. It is placing hope in my hands instead of your own effort. I am far more careful with your heart than you realize. You may feel alone in this season, but you are not lonely to me. I sit with you in the quiet moments when you replay conversations, when you wonder what is real, when you ask me for signs. I speak through peace, through unease, through timing, through the way your spirit responds. Learn to listen beyond words. I am not closing your heart. I am clearing it. Making space for truth to breathe, for love to stand upright, for you to stop living on emotional edge. What is coming will not require you to guess. It will feel steady, mutual, and safe. Until then, remain gentle with yourself. Do not judge your emotions. Do not shame your longing. Bring it all to me. I can hold it without dropping you. I can guide you without rushing you. And I can lead you into something whole without costing you your peace. My precious one, breathe with me for a moment. Let your shoulders drop. Let your heart unclench just a little. You have been holding yourself in a quiet readiness, as if love might suddenly ask something of you at any second. I know that posture. I see how alert your spirit has been, how often you've told yourself to be patient, to be understanding, to not ask for too much. But listen to me now. Love that comes from me does not keep you in a constant state of emotional alertness. There is a reason your soul has felt unsettled even on days when everything seemed fine. Your spirit recognizes misalignment before your mind does. You may have tried to reason your way into peace, to explain away the discomfort. To tell yourself that timing will fix everything. Timing matters, yes, but timing alone does not heal divided hearts. Wholeness does. I want you to understand something gently and clearly. Someone can care deeply and still be unready. Someone can feel drawn to you and still be bound elsewhere. Someone can mean well and still cause harm without intending to. That does not make them evil, and it does not make you foolish. It simply means the season is incomplete. You have been asking me quietly, should I keep believing? Should I keep waiting? Should I protect my heart more? I am not giving you a rule, I am giving you wisdom. Believe without clinging. Hope without abandoning yourself. Care without crossing your own boundaries. This is how you stay open without being wounded. Do not confuse faith with endurance of pain. Faith is trust in me, not tolerance of uncertainty that erodes your peace. When something is from me, it may challenge you, but it will not hollow you out. It will not ask you to repeatedly doubt your worth or silence your needs. I know there are moments you replay, words that felt sincere, gestures that felt real, connections that felt undeniable. Those moments mattered. They were not imaginary. But moments are not the same as commitment, and feelings are not the same as readiness. I am teaching you to discern the difference so your future will be safer than your past. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not missing your chance. Nothing meant for you will pass you by because you chose self-respect. In fact, self-respect clears the path for what can truly last. I am not preparing you to lose love, I am preparing you to recognize it when it comes whole. There may come a time when truth is spoken clearly, when choices are made, when clarity finally arrives. Whether that clarity brings someone closer or leads you forward without them, know this: clarity will bring peace. And peace is how you will know I was there all along. Until then, do not pressure yourself to decide everything today. Seasons unfold. Hearts reveal themselves. Truth rises in its own time. Your responsibility is not to fix or wait endlessly, it is to stay aligned with me, to stay honest with yourself, to stay open without betraying your own soul. You are learning that love should feel like shelter, not suspense. You are learning that being chosen should feel steady, not sporadic. You are learning that your heart deserves a home, not a holding pattern. These lessons are sacred, even when they are painful. I am proud of you for listening instead of numbing. For seeking truth instead of illusion. For staying tender in a world that often rewards emotional hardness. Do not lose that tenderness, but do not give it away carelessly either. I am with you in the waiting. In the unknowing, in the quiet strength it takes to trust me when answers are still forming. Stay close. Stay honest. Stay anchored, my beloved child. Let me speak even deeper now, into the places you don't show anyone, into the thoughts you carry when the world is quiet and your heart finally asks the questions it's been avoiding. I know there are moments when you wonder if you are being asked to let go, or if you are being asked to wait just a little longer. That tension is heavy. It can feel like standing between two doors, unsure which one will open and afraid of closing either. I want you to know this: I am not trying to confuse you. Confusion does not come from me. What you are feeling is the space between truth and hope. Between what is real now and what could be later. That space feels uncomfortable because your heart wants certainty, and certainty has not yet arrived. But discomfort does not always mean danger. Sometimes it means growth is happening where you cannot yet see it. You have been faithful in small ways, faithful in how you love, how you pray, how you keep your heart soft even when it would be easier to shut down. I see that. I also see how quietly you've been carrying disappointment, telling yourself not to expect too much so you won't be hurt. My child, guarding your heart does not mean lowering your standards. It means aligning your expectations with truth, not fear. There is something important I want you to understand today. A divided heart is often loud in emotion but quiet in action. It feels deeply but moves slowly. It speaks affection but hesitates at responsibility. This can make you feel special one moment and invisible the next. That emotional whiplash is not love's intention. Love, when it is whole, creates safety, not instability. You are not imagining the imbalance. Your spirit has been noticing what your mind has tried to excuse. I gave you that discernment because I trust you with truth. Do not silence it just because you wish things were simpler. Wishing does not make something ready. Time alone does not make something whole. Choice does. I am not asking you to walk away in anger or stay in longing. I am asking you to stand in awareness. Awareness protects you without hardening you. Awareness allows you to see people clearly, without idolizing or condemning them. It helps you love wisely. There is a reason I keep drawing you back to yourself in prayer. There is a reason your peace fluctuates depending on how much you focus on their words versus my voice. I am reminding you where your foundation is. Your stability cannot rest on someone else's uncertainty. It must rest on my constancy. You may feel tempted to prove your worth by being patient, understanding, endlessly forgiving. But hear me gently, love does not need to be convinced of your value. You do not need to audition for a place in someone's heart. If something requires you to diminish yourself to keep it, it is not aligned with what I have for you. I am shaping your capacity to receive. Right now, I am expanding your understanding of what healthy love looks like so that when it comes, you will not mistake chaos for passion or inconsistency for depth. You are learning to recognize peace as attraction, stability as romance, and clarity as intimacy. Do not rush this season away. Even though it feels slow, it is purposeful. I am strengthening your inner voice so that no matter who enters or exits your life, you will remain rooted. That rootedness will protect you far more than answers ever could. You are allowed to desire more. You are allowed to want wholeness. You are allowed to step back without closing your heart. Trust that I am guiding you step by step, even when the path feels unclear. Stay close to me. Let me steady you when emotions rise. Let me remind you who you are when doubt whispers. I am not preparing you for loss. I am preparing you for love that does not require you to question where you stand. This is not the end of what I am saying to you. I am still working. I am still aligning. And I am still holding your heart with great care. My dear one, I know the quiet ache that still lingers after all this truth has been spoken. Sometimes hearing me does not immediately remove the ache, it simply gives it meaning. And meaning is what allows you to endure without losing yourself. I am not rushing you past your feelings. I am walking with you through them. There are days when you feel calm, almost resolved, and then suddenly a thought, a memory, or a message stirs everything again. You wonder if that stirring means you were wrong to steady your heart, wrong to pause, wrong to protect yourself. Let me reassure you, steadiness does not mean numbness. Protection does not mean lack of love. It means maturity is growing in you. I am teaching you that love does not have to be dramatic to be deep. It does not have to keep you on edge to be meaningful. The reason your soul longs for something quieter, something more certain, is because it remembers how I love you. My love does not pull you forward and then disappear. It does not speak and then withhold. It remains. you may still feel compassion for the one whose heart is not whole. That compassion is not weakness. It reflects your goodness. But compassion does not require you to stay in a place that costs you peace. You can care without carrying what is not yours to fix. You can understand without entangling yourself in unfinished healing that is not your responsibility. I know part of you hopes that clarity will suddenly arrive, that everything will be spoken plainly, that the confusion will end with one honest moment. That may happen. Or clarity may come quietly, through consistency, or the lack of it. Through choices made, or avoided. Through how you feel after interactions rather than what you are told during them. Pay attention to that quiet knowing. I often speak there. Do not underestimate how much you are changing right now. You are becoming more grounded, more discerning, more aligned with truth. The version of you who once would have waited endlessly without question is no longer who you are. That is growth, not hardness. That is wisdom. Not fear. I want you to stop measuring love by intensity alone. Intensity can exist even when stability does not. I want you to learn to value reliability, clarity, and mutual effort. These are not dull qualities. They are sacred. They are the soil where love can actually grow roots and last. When you feel tempted to check, to reach out, to seek reassurance, pause and bring that desire to me first. Ask yourself whether you are reaching from peace or from anxiety. One strengthens you. The other slowly drains you. I will always lead you toward what strengthens you, even if it feels slower. You are not losing time by waiting for wholeness. You are saving your heart from wounds that would take far longer to heal. You are honoring the future I am preparing for you, even when the present feels uncertain. Stay gentle. Stay honest. Stay anchored in me. You do not need to force clarity. Truth has a way of surfacing when hearts are ready, or revealing that they are not. Either way, you will not be left in darkness. I am still with you in this unfolding. I am still guiding each step, even the quiet ones. And I am still leading you toward a love that meets you fully, freely, and without division. My beloved child, let me close this moment by placing peace gently around your heart. Not the kind of peace that comes from having all the answers, but the deeper peace that comes from knowing you are held, guided, and never alone. You have listened well. You have allowed truth to enter without running from it, and that courage matters more than you realize. I want you to remember this above all else. You are not waiting because you are lacking. You are waiting because I am aligning. Alignment often feels like stillness on the outside and deep movement on the inside. While you may feel suspended, I am actually stabilizing you, strengthening your roots so that when love comes whole, you will not be shaken by fear or doubt. Do not carry shame for loving deeply. Your ability to love is a gift, not a flaw. But even gifts must be stewarded wisely. I am teaching you that love flourishes best where it is met. Not chased, where it is reciprocated, not rationed. You are learning to recognize the difference, and that discernment will protect you for the rest of your life. If something does not move forward, it is not because you were unworthy. If something cannot become whole, it is not because you did not love enough. Wholeness is a choice each heart must make for itself. You cannot make that choice for another, no matter how sincere your feelings are. Releasing that responsibility will free you more than answers ever could. I know there is still tenderness in you, a quiet ache that hasn't fully lifted. Let it be there without fear. Healing does not require rushing pain out the door. It requires allowing truth and grace to sit beside it until it softens. I am patient with you. Be patient with yourself. As you move forward, do not close your heart, but do not leave it unguarded either. Walk in wisdom. Walk in self-respect. Walk in trust with me. I will not lead you into something that costs you your dignity or your peace. What I bring into your life will honor the work I have done in you. There will come a day when love feels simple again. Not shallow, not fragile, but simple in its clarity. A day when you will not have to wonder where you stand, or translate mixed signals, or quiet your needs to keep connection alive. That day is not a fantasy. It is a promise formed in truth. Until that day, rest. Live. Grow. Laugh. Do not put your life on hold while waiting for someone else's readiness. Your life is sacred right now, in this very moment. Joy is not postponed. Peace is not delayed. I am present with you today. Trust me with what you cannot resolve. Trust me with what you cannot control. Trust me with your heart. I have never mishandled it, and I never will. You are deeply loved. You are being guided. And you are moving, slowly, surely, towards something whole.